Reading for December 23rd. Science of Mind. A Philosophy of Faith, A Way of Life by Ernest Holmes. Reading from page 357, paragraph 1 through page 361, paragraph 4, using inclusive language.
Finding the Christ. Who is the Christ? Who is the Christ? The child begotten of the only Creator, not the only begotten child of Creator. The mystical conception of Christ means the universality of kinship embodied in every individual who recognizes this kinship. Eckhart, one of the great mystics of the Middle Ages, said, "Creator never begot but one child, but the eternal is forever begetting the only begotten." This conveys the same sense as our New Testament statement, world without end. This world forms and disintegrates, as the body does, but creation goes on forever. Therefore, the eternal is forever begetting that which is the realization of its own perfection. It is an eternal process. It is the child of Creator, and the child of Creator is Christ. Christ means the universal idea of kinship, of which each is a member. That is why we are spoken of as members of that one body, and why we are told to have that mind in us which was also in Christ Jesus. Each partakes of the Christ nature to the degree that the Christ is revealed through them, and to that degree they become the Christ. We should turn to that living presence within, which is the Creator in heaven. Recognize it as the one and only power in the universe. Unify with it. Declare our word to be the presence, power, and activity of this one. We should speak the word with belief in its power, because the law is the servant to the Spirit. If we could stand aside and let this one perfect life flow through us, we could not help healing people. This is the highest form of healing. We have gone through many abstract processes of reasoning and have found out what the law is and how it works. Now we can forget all about the law and know there is nothing but the Word. The law will be working automatically. We must forget everything else and let our word be spoken with a deep inner realization of love, beauty, peace, poise, power, and of the great presence of life at the point of our own consciousness. There is a place in the mentality, in the heights of its greatest realizations, where it throws itself with complete abandon into the very center of the universe. There is a point in the supreme moment of realization where the individual merges with the universe, but not to the loss of their individuality, where a sense of the oneness of all life so enters their being that there is no sense of otherness. It is here that the mentality performs seeming miracles, because there is nothing to hinder the whole from coming through. We can do this only by providing the mental equivalence of life, by dwelling and meditating upon the immensity of life and the fact that, as vast, as immense, as limitless as it is, the whole of it is brought to the point of our own consciousness. We comprehend the infinite only to the degree that it expresses itself through us, becoming to us that which we believe it to be. So, we daily practice in our meditations the realizations of life, infinite, indwelling Spirit within me, Almighty Creator within me, real substance within me, that which is truth within me. Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one cometh unto the Creator but by me." How true this is! We cannot come unto the Creator which art in heaven except through our own nature. Right here, through our own nature, is the gateway and the path that leads to illumination, to realization, to inspiration, to the intuitive perception of everything. The highest faculty in us is intuition, and it comes to the point sometimes where, with no process of reasoning at all, we instantly know. Christ is the embodiment of divine kinship, which has come, with varying degrees of power, to all people in all ages and to every person in some degree. Christ is a universal presence. We do believe that in the unique personage of Jesus, this Christ was more fully orbed than in any one of whom we have recorded. We do believe that in the person of Jesus, more of Creator was manifest. We also believe that Christ comes alike to each and all. There is no one particular person predestined to become the Christ. We must understand that Christ is not a person, but a principle. It was impossible for Jesus to have become the Christ as the human gave way to the divine, as the man gave way to Creator, as the flesh gave way to spirit, as the will of division gave way to the will of unity. Jesus the man became a living embodiment of the Christ. If we can look upon Jesus from this viewpoint, we shall be able to study his life as a living example. What is more inspiring than to contemplate the consciousness of a person who has the faith to stand in front of a paralyzed person and tell them to get up and walk, and to know very well that they are going to get up and walk, or to stand in front of the tomb of a dead person and tell them to come forth. Such an example as this is worth something, but if the whole performance were enacted in the mind of a person entirely unique and different from us, then it would mean no more to us than studying the biography of hundreds of other people. Fortunately, we do not have to contemplate Jesus as being unique and different, for the Bible makes it more than plain that he was a man like as we are. As the human gives way to the divine, in all people they become the Christ. In the case of Jesus, there was such a surrendering of an isolated will that a greater incarnation of the divine actually took place. The mystic Christ comes from the bosom of the unseen Creator, proclaiming the love of Creator through its own love of humanity. Asleep in the cosmic love, unborn, universal potential, the Christ child lay. And the great Creator soul, brooding over its unborn child, conceived in the stillness of its universal nature, imparting to it its own being. Born into time and experience, unnoticed, unseen, yet alive and aware, the Christ child incarnated in human form, taking the likeness of all people, yet giving no sign of its presence, waiting with utmost patience and love the revelation that should disclose itself and proclaim the reign of peace. Many ages passed and vanished in the long yesterdays of time, and still the Christ child waited. Nations appeared and disappeared, toil, famine, pestilence, and want, hunger, cold, heat, and thirst, war, hatred, blood, and ruin, and still the seed of perfection unrevealed. But the universal wholeness cannot be forever subjected, nor cosmic love be kept from human form. That which was given must be revealed. The seed of perfection must burst. The shoots of heavenly planting must break the cords that bind, fanning the human into a blaze divine. And so the long-appointed day arrived. A voice from out the stillness spoke. This is my beloved child. Let the earth be still in their presence. Let the beasts of the field, the birds of the air, and all living creatures be still. Let the host of heaven sing praises, and let deep cry unto deep. Then spoke the child, I am come to bring peace. I am the child of joy, and to all who will I give life. I am formed of happiness. I am come from the eternal stillness. Quietness and confidence are mine. In the heart of the Creator, I have lived forever. O nations and all people, look unto me and be saved. Behold my face shining as the sun, and my feet shod with righteousness. In my left hand are riches and honor, and in my right peace forevermore. All that I am, all that I have, I give.